Sorry I don't have my speaker, my microphone today, but I want to share with you all what I think is a really important thing for us to get to understand the history of Indigenous people. Today is the first official San Francisco Indigenous Day, and it's taken a long time. So instead of Columbus Day, we celebrate Indigenous Day every day, and I feel like this was really this is something I've always been curious about, because we don't really get to hear or learn our history in school, the real history. They don't teach some of the information that I'm about to show you that they talked about, and I think it's really important. It's beautiful. This is actually Ohlone land right here, Yerba Buena Park. What else is going on in San Francisco today? Other than the usual construction. It's beautiful out here. There's also a big old strike going on. You'll hear them in a minute, but there's a worker strike going on at Marriott as well. Marriott's right down here. So I enjoyed this little time. I wish I could do more, but I'm gonna start looking into the information, reading some books, doing some research, and hopefully writing an article about this. More focused around Thanksgiving. Instead of doing Thanksgiving, I'm going to learn about Indigenous history in America, and I'm going to share it with you all. I think that is what we need to be doing. I'm going to just cross the street. Yeah, you can hear them. Just another day in San Francisco, but I love it. I gotta go back to school, go back to Oakland, head back there at peace and love and unity for all of us. That was one thing that they said. They said we all stand unified, all of us. So, peace.
Honjo na hustling, honjo na hustling, honjo na hustling. As we talk about Indigenous Peoples Day, I think one of the main things our ancestors would want us to know is about the sanctity of women and the sanctity of men. In the Dene cosmology, you have Nehemana Hastan, Aro Yareshesh. You have Mother Earth and you have Father Sky. And they are both equal. And they both need each other. And they are both designed to complement one another. And each has its place and its purpose. And we are in a place now where the connection between men and women has become very injured. Not just for the women, but also for the men. And this is such a fundamental part of the health of human societies, that when White Buffalo Calf Woman came to help our people, she gave us the sacred pipe, which represented how man and woman must come together in a respectful way, the same way you would put a pipe together over cedar. And in this way, we always said that the women were the life bearers, And so I know it's a really hard request, but if each of you could put a prayer out there today that the women could be healed today. Because my elders say that if the women can heal, the whole earth can heal. So let's try and treat our women with dignity, with respect. And that goes for men too, to treat them with dignity and respect and kindness and love and compassion and patience for one another. I'm going to do one quick song and then I'll hand it off to the beautiful dancers. Time traveler, running faster, warrior is born, battle to be won, past, trauma, future, hurt. I'm a child of the dirt and I'm ready to give birth, planting a dream, panting I breathe, running towards the future with a handful of seeds, stronger than greed, I am stronger than hate, I stand under the shade of trees planted so long ago, a product of ancestral love. I'm here because my elders danced in the sun. They would give it all up for us, and from day one it was practiced like religion to prepare for the ones to come. This is insane, living for fame, living for the next quarter, profits and gains. We forgot love, we forgot truth, you forgot how to live for a time beyond you. It's not about you, it's not about you, it's about the song that is traveling through. It travels through time, singers will die, but the song lives on through matrilineal lines. We are here to give all our love to the ones unborn. Open your eyes, open your heart, draining aquifers before they can recharge. We're not in charge, nature's in charge. Look to the stars, remember who you are. Stay humble or fall, we don't know it all. And we are not exempt from natural law. Live selfishly and the structure will fall. But if we live for those unborn, then the song will go on. We are here to give all our love to the ones unborn. I'm looking for knowledge that I can't find on a news feed. Knowledge found through intuition, knowledge found through fasting and dancing. This ain't superstition, it's ancestral tradition. So toss me the spear of wisdom, sharpened and sunlit. I'm giving my life to the oneness. I'm a warrior, I'm sun-kissed, I'm armed, but I'm harmless. Protecting cycles of rain and cycles of snow. Fighting for children whose names we will never know. We look up and read the messages written all across the sky. Messages telling us that it's time to evolve or die. It's time to live this life right. So when our great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren look back, they look back with pride. Yeah. You guys are sweet. Thanks for letting me rap at you for a little bit, and I hope you have a beautiful day. And just give it up one more time for all the organizers. And give it up one time for the African American population who gave me the gift of hip hop. Our people always intermarried because we knew the same struggle and we knew the same tribal roots that we came from. Have a beautiful day.
From the truth. I talked to a bishop, Bishop Quinn of Sacramento. I talked to him about this very point, and he said if Junipero Serra wanted to evangelize in the name of Jesus Christ, he should have read the Bible. He should have read the story of the Good Samaritans, where it showed that Jesus Christ evangelized in the name. It was words, with deeds, and with love. There was none of that brought to California by the missions or Junipero Serra. The missions were set up as a result of the papal bulls that were issued by Pope Alexander VI in 1453. Those papal bulls said that all indigenous people are heathens, pagans, and savages. That indigenous people have no soul. So if we're enslaved, it doesn't matter. We're not human beings. We have no soul. We're not human beings. It's not a sin. If they killed us, It's not a sin because we have no soul. No matter how brutal they were to us, we were not recognized as human beings because we have no soul. You know what? Those papal bulls have never been rescinded by the Catholic Church. Those papal bulls are still official church doctrine today. Our tribe and many other tribes and many indigenous people around the world have been calling and asking the church, the Pope, to rescind and reject the papal bulls. We've been doing that for decades, perhaps centuries. They refuse to do that because the Pope is infallible. And the Pope's words reflect the words of God. To us, that makes no sense. That's pure evil. Today, we call on the Pope to once again rescind and reject the papal bulls. Despite that, despite the horrible, brutal colonization of our tribe and many of the mission tribes, we were brutally colonized by first the Mexican and Spanish period, and then the Mexican period, and then the American California period. There was absolute genocide, crimes against humanity, ethnic cleansing, all the things you hear about today and those atrocities around the world are what happened to our people, but that history is never told. Again, it's been denied and forgotten and erased. You know what we say, what we ask for today is we don't blame the people who are alive today for the history of the past. It wasn't you that committed those deeds. But we ask you to work with our people to help us correct and reverse those laws that continue to discriminate and dominate our people. The brutal destruction and domination of Native people never ended. It just evolved to a lot of the rules, regulations, laws, policies that we see today. And I'm going to say one last thing that's happening in our territory that is an absolute result of evidence that they continue to dominate us. The most sacred site of our people was at the south end of Gilroy, at a place that's called today Sergeant Ranch, but is known to our people as Urastock. And Urastock translates to the place of the big head, and that's where our big head dances were held. Well, today there's a proposal for sand and gravel mining of our most sacred site. Can you imagine the county giving serious thought and contemplation to approving that mining permit if those were sacred grounds to the Muslims, to the Jewish people, to the Catholic people, to the Mormon people? That would never happen. Our culture, our environment, our spirituality has never been respected, recognized, approved. Today, we are federally unrecognized when we hold ceremony. It is against the law. The California Indian Act, signed by President Jimmy Carter in 1978, said that right there authorized tribes and made it legal for them to once again practice their spirituality and to hold ceremony. But that act only applied to federally recognized tribes. Unrecognized tribes, perhaps you'll see some dancing today. When we dance, it is illegal. Those are the kinds of laws that I say have to change. And we ask you to help us. Let's change those laws. Let's make this world better for the indigenous people who are continuing to be impacted so negatively. by what we see today with our government. Oh.
A big O for Valentin Lopez. I want to bring up, as we transition into having some dancers, we want to bring up Lila June. Lila June was on the island with us this morning, and unfortunately, you know, we can't rush prayer, and so she has some words that she wants to offer, and so we're going to have her come up today. So our sister Lila June.
All right. How are you guys all doing today? All right. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for celebrating this day. Thank you for standing behind the original peoples of this land. I'm of the Dene Nation, also incorrectly known as Navajo, and I come here to this land as a guest. I come here in service to the Ohlone people, and I thank you for allowing me to place my feet on your sacred lands. And I come here to follow your ceremony and your way, and to live in service to the Ohlone, to the Miwok, to all the beautiful peoples of this area. All right, you guys like hip hop? All right, it's okay if you don't. Hopefully you will after this. We were all given sacred duties to this land. Take care of Mother Earth and she will help you understand that everything we need is in the palm of our hands. No need to drill, mine, conquer, or extract. With faith in the Creator, we will blaze a brand new path. When we let go of fear, the greed turns into laughter. Unity of all people, that is what we're after. Cruising down the red road with sweet grass on my dashboard. Used to drug and drink, but now I'm sober, now I'm faster. Sharp as a tack, he told me can't hold me back now. I just want to build a new world for my children. With love, prayer, and unity, this nation is rebuilding. Up from the ash of genocide and division. Red, black, yellow, white as one, that's the vision. Every race participates in this new beginning. Sacred is the masculine and sacred is the feminine. Infinite, indigenous, continuous, deliberate. Nothing can stop the people once they got their intention set. Some people say that the land can be owned. Some people say that the land can be owned. But deep in our hearts we know it isn't so, cause we don't even own this flesh or this bone. No, we can't take it with us on the soul's journey home. Now the only thing we keep is the lessons that we know. So when we wake from the slumber, to remember we are one. One beautiful people under one beautiful sun. We must also release all claims to the earth, cause she don't belong to us, we belong to her.